Welcome back to April's Cozy Corner. Today, we're exploring the life of a woman who spent much of her life standing in the middle of controversy, criticism, and misunderstanding. Angela Davis became one of the most recognizable activists of the 20th century, but her story is about far more than politics. It is a story about conviction. It is a story about resilience, and perhaps most of all, it is a story about having the courage to continue walking your path even when the world misunderstands your intentions. So settle in and let's reflect on the life of Angela Davis and what her journey can teach us about courage, identity, and staying true to ourselves. Angela Davis was born January 26, 1944, in Birmingham, Alabama. Growing up in the American South during segregation meant witnessing injustice from an early age. Her neighborhood became known as Dynamite Hill because white supremacists frequently bombed homes belonging to black families who moved into previously white neighborhoods. Imagine being a child and learning that hatred could be so powerful that people will use violence to stop others from simply living where they wished. These experiences shaped Angela's understanding of the world. While many children are taught that fairness naturally exists, Angela learned early that fairness often has to be fought for. Many of us encounter moments in childhood that quietly shape the rest of our lives. Sometimes it is not a single event, but a collection of experiences that teach us what matters. The difficulties we face often become the questions we spend our lives trying to answer. For Angela Davis, the question was justice. For someone else, it may have been belonging, creativity, healing, or freedom. Life often asks us questions long before we know how to respond. Angela excelled academically and eventually attended Brandeis University. There, she studied philosophy and encountered new ideas about society, inequality, and human freedom. She later continued her studies in Europe, studying under influential philosophers and developing a deep interest in critical thinking. Unlike many people who accept the world exactly as it is, Angela became fascinated by asking difficult questions. Why do systems exist? Who benefits from them? Who is harmed by them? What responsibilities do individuals have towards one another? These questions would remain central throughout her life. Philosophy begins when we stop assuming that what exists is what must exist. The moment we ask, could things be different? We open the door to transformation. Every meaningful change in history began with someone imagining a reality that others could not see. During the 1960s and 1970s, Angela Davis became deeply involved in social justice movements. She advocated for civil rights, prison reform, and racial equality. As her visibility increased, so did criticism. Supporters viewed her as courageous and principled. Critics viewed her as radical and dangerous. Very few people seemed neutral. Angela Davis became a public figure onto whom people projected their fears, hopes, and assumptions. Her name became known across the country, and her life was increasingly examined throughout political lenses. Being misunderstood can be painful. Most of us want to be seen accurately. We want our intentions understood. We want people to know our hearts. Yet, there are moments in life when others will create stories about us that have very little to do with who we truly are. The challenge becomes learning how to remain rooted in ourselves when outside opinions begin to grow louder than our own voice. In 1970, Angela Davis was accused of involvement in a courthouse incident involving weapons registered in her name. She went into hiding and was eventually arrested. Her case drew international attention. Supporters organized campaigns demanding justice and questioning the evidence against her. After spending more than a year in jail, she was acquitted of all charges in 1972. For many people, this chapter became one of the most defining moments in her life. Yet, what stands out is not only the legal outcome, but her determination to continue speaking and advocating despite enormous public pressure. Some people spend their lives trying to avoid criticism. Others become so committed to their values that criticism loses its power. This does not mean criticism stops hurting. It means the purpose becomes larger than the discomfort. There are moments when the road towards authenticity requires us to disappoint expectations and endure misunderstanding. Perhaps Angela Davis' greatest lesson is not political at all. It is personal. She teaches us that being misunderstood is sometimes a price of living according to your convictions. Many people abandon their dreams because they fear judgment. Many stay silent because they fear disagreement. Many shrink themselves because they fear standing out. Angela Davis chose a different path. Whether people agreed with her or disagreed with her, she continued to speak, learn, teach, and advocate. She refused to let public opinion become the author of her identity. A tree does not stop growing because someone dislikes its shape. The river does not change directions because someone questions its destination. Nature teaches us a quiet lesson. Things become what they are meant to become without asking permission. Human beings often struggle because we seek approval before we seek truth. Yet, the most meaningful lives are often built when we learn to trust our own convictions. Today, Angela Davis remains an author, educator, and activist whose influence spans generations. Her life continues to spark discussion, debate, admiration, and criticism. Regardless of where people stand politically, her story demonstrates extraordinary resilience. She reminds us that courage is not the absence of opposition. Courage is continuing despite of it. Thank you for spending this time here with me at April's Cozy Corner. If today's reflection resonated with you, take a moment to consider this question. What part of yourself have you been hiding because you're afraid of being misunderstood? Sometimes growth begins when we stop asking for permission to be who we are. Until next time, take care of yourself, be gentle with your journey, and I'll see you in the next video.